Right, good morning everyone. I know it's been a while, but I have been really busy. Yeah, I've had to open the eBay shop because the Wix shop, I don't know where customers have gone or going, but they seem to be finding cheaper versions of what they're after. Not necessarily the good quality like we sell, because I've had some emails from people saying it's not very good where they're shopping, and they've had to come back to me, but there you go. But anyway, at the end of the day, people shop where they want to shop, and if it slows down in the Wix shop, then at least I've got the eBay shop to back up, because it's that or close, and I'm not going to close at all. So I know some would like it if I did. So I'm just cutting the shapes like that. Needs must and all of that, folks, but obviously I did say if you're buying it for crafting, buy it on the Wix store. If you're buying it to wear, that's all, you know, you can still do the same thing. But the eBay ones, I've had to put the prices up normally, because it's not done for crafting, it's done to sell, to make a profit a little bit more, because I have to earn a living like everybody else. You know, I gave up my job to do this, and money doesn't grow on trees. So I have to earn a living somehow. Things this year has been the worst year I've ever had, but I think it's the same for everybody, so it's not just me. I do feel for everyone. It's scandalous what's happening across the globe, and it's scandalous what the UK people are having to go through as well. It's absolutely outrageous. But until we get rid of our governments that are running us into the ground, we're not going to survive anything, are we? So I'm just folding these. They're making it so hard for anyone to make a living, unfortunately. You know, but there you go. Them scissors are a bit yucky. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we're all going through the same sort of thing. But I have to say a massive thank you to all those that have stuck by the shop and stuck by the channel. You know, I appreciate it, and over the years I've had lots of fun, but there's no way I can afford to keep going as I am. So probably and eventually this channel will go down, because I can't afford to run it. People think, oh, you're just doing videos, it's not to do a video. It takes a lot. You know, I have to buy the products, I have to keep the supplies going, I have to do the kits and whatnot. It's not as easy as people think. And I hate doing videos mentioning shit like that, because at the end of the day, everyone's in the same bloody boat. You know? But that's what our governments want. They want the worst of us. They want everything to happen to us. And, you know, all the greedy cats take it all. Well, and those that have worked all the years, like me, I've worked 15 years to get here. to do this. 15. And yeah, it won't be long before it's taken from me, I'll tell you that now. So I can only do what I can do for as long as I can keep up with it. You know? Oh, what am I doing? I'm going to do both of them together. So these are about 1.5 inches long, wide, each petal. So that one is 3 inches by 1.5 inches. I'm going to do a few more, I think, because I'm not sure how many. Well, not sure how many I need. Hang on, let's have a look. I'm also going to use up some of this napkin material, like it's there to use. I did get all that jewellery in. We've been working, heaps to sort it out. It's took a lot of doing. There was 11 kilos of jewellery that I won at auction. And it's all had to be sorted. That's why there's been no videos. Anyway, like I say, I'm going to put some lace in with this. I'll just cut some strips ready. But I want to do this first. So I've got my circle. And then I get my fabric. Satin sticks together. And all I'm going to do is just to do along the edge. Like that. Yeah, it's been a very trying year, and I think things are only going to get worse. So while that's like that, then you take your lighter, when I can find any of my lighters, and just curl the edges. It's not so much curling it, you're sealing them off. And then just, that's the first one. Like that. So it's like a butterfly. Oops. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way. Yeah. So I'm going to take hold of the lace. Round off the end. So I've done that. So that's about 5 inches. Round off the edge at the corner like that on both ends, and then I want to just cut this down a little bit. I'll make sure they're all the same size roughly, and then I'm just gonna sew this first. So put your satin piece on, then one of these, and then go back to the satin, and then alternate them between the lace and the satin. See, like that. Pull that on. Oops, where are we? There we go. So we've got that. I'm just going to bend this back one a little bit more. That's it. Then we take the next one of these. I know I have my long-term buyers and things like that, and I do appreciate everybody who remembers to pop along and just make a little purchase of some sort, because it keeps me going. The shop can't run on thin air. So hopefully I can keep going, but like I said, yeah, things are getting really scarce these days. And they're putting everybody out of business, so there's nothing much you can do because they hold the cards, basically. But that's where your loyalty comes in of your followers and customers. To keep us, people like me, not just me, but people like me, open. Otherwise we're going to just disappear into the background like everybody else has done. Unfortunate. But you see, when they've done that, and when they've got everybody out of business, that's when their prices are going to shoot up and you're going to have nothing, because you won't be able to afford their prices. If you don't know the game they're playing, then I feel sorry for people, because that is the game they're playing. They put everybody out of business and then you've got no option but to use them. You see? So it's all a game. And they're hell-bent on doing it. They're hell-bent on it. They want everything themselves, then they can charge the earth. And where does that leave us? Either do without completely or pay the price. Not many people can see what they're doing, because you dangle a bit of cheap you know, material or a bit of cheap embellishment or whatever in front of them that's badly made, I have to say. And look what's going to happen with the tariffs. With the tariffs that Trump's put on China, you're going to want to shop with somebody like me, because I'm still keeping mine the same. I don't want to go like that. I don't want to start overcharging and things. I'm going to keep mine as is, which I've always done. I've never put and very, very, very rarely, in the 15 years I've been going, I very rarely put my prices up, because I'm selling it for crafting with, not for, you know, you going out on a night out or something like that, in regards to the jewellery. So yeah, it's just, we've seen it coming for a long time. They're knocking everybody out, and then the prices will soar. So there's nothing you can do about it, I'm afraid. Well, there is. You keep the likes of me and people that have got, you know, little pop-up shops and whatnot, keep them in business. And another thing, when you're going shopping, don't pay by card, pay by cash, because they want it a cashless society. They've got full control over your bank account then, and your money going in and out. They can stop your bank as soon. If you've got no cash and it's all in the bank and they want to pull the plug, think about what they've done in the past to other people. Nigel Farage was one of them. Our own MP. They stopped his bank account. He had no money. He had what he had in the bank and they stopped it, so he couldn't have access to it. And if they can do it to a man like him, they can definitely do it to a man on the street. So, yeah. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and did I say 6? So now we just take this back to the beginning. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit. And just go back in where you started. Making sure everything is together. See, like that. And then give it a pull. Pulling all of that together. So this is the underneath. And then we just so we've just done one lace, one satin material and continued, and I've done 5 petals of each, which I think we can, yeah, that's alright. You can cut these down as well, you don't have to have them too long. I can cut them down. And that was that first one, I think, yeah. And I'm just going to trim that one down a minute. That's all you do, just do that. Okay, so we've now got, try and get that in the middle-ish. That's it. I'm just going to cut my little thread. And just manoeuvre this around because I do want this to come forward. Pull this one forward as well, that's it. So all I need to do now is to trim off these long bits that I don't want. Oops. Move all that out of the way. And then on top of that, we're just going to fix 5 of these petals. Now I could do the same in between for the next row, but I'm only going to do this, the satin. Now, this is a little bit big for me, like that. So what I'm going to do is try and trim this down. Nice thing about this sort of material, you can, you know, make them really pretty. That's a little bit better, that's what I want. Like that. And then I'm just going to sit that, hang on, because I've got a little bit of a flamey bit going off there, that's it. Just sit that in the middle. There we go, like that. Open that up. That's it. Ooh, bring that back into the middle. And then I do have some flowers. Beautiful flowers that I'm going to see. That looks just right, doesn't it? And then we just pop that in the centre. Pushing down, because that lifts that up. Oh, didn't see that. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? But never mind, it's only lace, so you can correct that. See, like that. It caught fire. The satin would have been fine. It caught fire on the lace. But again, you just do that and you can solve that problem. There we go. But isn't that a beautiful, beautiful flower? That's it. Bringing that all in when I want it. Yeah. Gorgeous. Different, isn't it? Yeah. So that's that. And let's have a look. Let's see if we can do another one. Got another one there. I'm just going to, I'll do a different one. I'll keep those for another thing. Let's just, shall we do it that way? Okay, so now what we're going to do is just a really rough ruffled flower. So I've taken 3 strips, they're 12 inches long, like that. I'm just going to fold them in half and try and snip this straight. So just trying to straighten the edges, that's all. We only need them about 1.5 inches wide. Oh, that's about 2 inch. Oh, my scissors are totally rubbish. I bought a scissor, you know, a sharpener to do the scissors, and I've sharpened a load and they're more blunt than ever. That's what you get when you buy cheap things. Okay, so I'm just going to take each piece, fold in half, then half again, then half again. And oh, I'll do it half again. We'll have some small petals this time, I think. So I'm just going to do them round off. Sorry, I have to take that ring off because it hurts the thumb. So I'm just going to round that off. Oh, we're going to make like a V. See, like that? Might need to do that one a little bit more on that side. Take that down a little bit. That's it. So, and that's what we've done. And do that to both, all 3 of them. You can tell when you've got a full flower, and I'll show you, because it'll lay flat but be gathered. Okay, so what we do is pull that onto the thread. See, like that. Leave a little bit of a... Now that's like half a flower, so I might only need the 2 pieces. But leave your thread a little bit because we're going to tie a knot in this one. So again, these are about 2 inches wide by 12 inches long. That's about 80 centimetres by 30. Let's just have a look. We need all this turned the right way. I'm going to do the next one as well. I'm going to put this one in. Okay, so we've got that. Now, I'm just going to cut this thread. Then you take hold of the 2 pieces. Oops. There we go. Just gently pull them together. Leave a hole in the middle. If you've got material that's long enough, you can do this as one piece. So I've done this at 36 inches in total. You can snip that off, leave a little bit because you want it to stick to the base. I've got my base, and that's our flower. Tuck the ends, the edges, because I've done mine in 3. Tuck them down like that. And we've not finished with it yet. You can't just leave it like that because it frays. So we're just going to pop that on there like that. Move that away. Take another, I think we just do 2 of these. So it's the same material, just 2 different ways of making a flower. You haven't seen the end result yet. Just pulling that on. Again, we don't need to knot the end. I don't know why I did, but there you go. I did. You do need to try and leave a little gap in the middle. And then what we're going to do, move that out the way. So, because this one's going to sit in there like that, what I'm going to do is to singe these first. And you just go around the edges, look. Because I don't want to do it while it's on the flower in case I make a mess of it. So then we're going to take the, like that, we're going to pop that in the middle, like that. And then what we do is we singe these. And just work your way around. And they'll curl all different ways. See, like that. But with this one, what I want to do is to put a pearl in the middle. I just want to make sure that's over enough. A nice big pearl that's going to sit in the middle there. And because we left a hole in the bottom of the first one, you know, we left a pretty gap. When we push that in, that will sink into it. Look, see, like that. I was going to use that, but I don't want to. I like the way I've done this one. And that lifts the flower up completely. And I hope that's helpful. I really don't want to close down, but the way things are going, it's heading that way. That's why I've opened the eBay store, because I have to do one or the other. My shop actually only goes to a few people, you know what I mean? Anyone who knows about Wix, but not a lot of people do. Whereas eBay is global. So I've got to do something. Otherwise all this goes and there'll be no more. Thanks for watching, take care, and I do appreciate everybody that comes along to watch and everyone that comes along to the shop. Please check out the link. Under every video is the link to the Wix store, and now under that is the link to the eBay store, because there'll be lots of things going up there, not just crafting stuff. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.